are also going to hear from. And then we have 2 Justice of the Peace races that we will then hear from them as well. And so to kick that off, also we're going to be going in alphabetical order. And the first speaker up will be John Gay.
Can everybody hear me all right? Sure. Thank you for being here. I know many of you have heard us before, and I understand the newspaper may not have published the event like they were supposed to, but thank you for being here. We've got to get the message out to the others that are not here. I want to commend you for being part of the 14%. You've heard of the 99%, the 1%. You're the 14%. Because 14% of the people who go and vote, and you know most people don't vote, but the 14% of the ones who do vote know something about the candidates because they've been to an event like this. So 86% of those that go and pull a lever are clueless as to anybody or anything on the ballot. So I'm not real worried if somebody spends a lot more money than me or puts up more signs than me, although we're putting a lot of signs up right now, because 86% aren't going to know anything. But it's our duty to go out and inform them. It's an informed electorate, an educated electorate that's going to be able to make the right decisions. And that's why our nation is in the shape it's in. We've elected people to go to Washington to solve problems, and they have ignored our voices. They have not cared what we've said because they've known that only 14% were awake and aware. So people have asked me, you know, am I running for Ron Paul's seat? And I told a young lady a little while ago, I said I did a little research and I found out it's not his seat, it belongs to us. It is the one he sat in for a long time, but I do want to go and represent us there. People say, well, why did you decide to run? I really didn't decide to run, I felt called to run. Now, the funny thing about that, when I was dating my wife, Lisa, she said, don't ever run for political office. I don't want to be drugged through the mud. And I didn't say yay or nay. It was just I put it in the back of my mind and pondered it, as the Bible talks about. And later, when I felt this calling in my heart that I need to go do something, I feel called to run for this seat. And we had an auction. She's an auctioneer, and I'm an auctioneer now. She started the company 10 years ago. And I said, I really feel this tugging in my heart to run for this office for Congress. And she said, well, who's there now? I said, Ron Paul. She said, you're running against Ron Paul? I said, do you think I would choose to do this? But I am excited about it. I was stationed, when I was in the military, I was stationed in Washington, D.C. I'm one of the 2 veterans in this race. I'm one of the candidates that does live in the district. There are 3 candidates that do not live in the district. I am not a lawyer, and I'm not a politician. I am a problem solver. Nothing wrong with lawyers and politicians, but I'm not one yet. I hope to never be a politician. I'd like to be a statesman. And I want to, and I pray that God helps me learn to be able to speak clearly words of truth and life. The Bible says, God said, I set before you life, death, blessing, and cursing. Therefore you choose life. And we've chosen death too many times in this country. And if someone says something about it, oh my gosh, they're just a religious fanatical nut. Well, I'm okay with that. I don't care what people call me. I have never been the popular one. I've never been the one that everybody wanted to hang around with. And they may not want to hang around with me there. But I'm willing to stand and do what's right. You know, I said, and like I say, I have nothing against lawyers. My sister's a lawyer. But I love my sister. But you can usually count on a lawyer to do what's legal. And we have some wonderful lawyers running. Some are here and some are not here. Wonderful people. But I will not do necessarily what's legal. I will do what's right. Because too many times they have framed mischief with a law. And one of the things I have said is I will not take the congressional health care or the congressional retirement because you can't put the lid on the cookie jar while your hand is in it. I've already solved a problem for the government, saved them over $2 million. They thought it was unsolvable. Because I don't give up. I don't surrender. I don't say, well, it can't be fixed. I find a way, and God blesses me. I'm John Gay. I'm running out of time. I'd love to talk to you more. I need your support. If you want to help me reach the 86%, I need your help. Again, John Gay, I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you so much for being here.
our next candidate is Felicia Harris.
Who's the timekeeper? Who do I need to pay attention to? Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. My name is Felicia Harris. I'm a native Texan and a lifelong Republican. And I'm also the daughter of parents of very modest means. I graduated from Texas A&M University in 1992, and before I went to school, I realized I was going to be the first in my immediate family to go to college and to graduate. I remember as a kid, my mom started a maid service so she could spend more time with me. She'd literally pick me up from school and take me to clean houses and vacant apartments with her in the afternoon. I grew up in that environment, but I also grew up in an environment where I was always encouraged to dream big, to have integrity, and to fight for what I thought was right. And when I graduated from Texas A&M University in 1992, the economy wasn't so good and I couldn't get a job. I started selling cars right here in the Gulf Coast region, and then I landed a job with Coca-Cola Enterprises selling Coca-Cola right here in Brazoria County and in Galveston County. Then I decided to go to law school, so I started law school taking classes at night and would work during the day, put myself through law school, and eventually graduated first in my class. That opened up a new world for me. I went to clerk for Chief Justice John Casey in the Fort Worth Court of Appeals, and landed back here in the Gulf Coast region working in the private sector with and for energy companies and petrochemical companies, the industries and the employers that drive a significant number of the jobs right here in District 14. Now last year at the age of 41, I resigned from the partnership of a national law firm. And since then, all I've done is run for this office to try to earn the trust and confidence of each and every one of you in this room. I don't say this because I want accolades, I don't. I say this because it puts into perspective why I'm running for this office. It's because I believe in the American dream. And it's because I've lived the American dream. You see, this country was founded upon three core fundamental principles, if you think about it. Individual liberty, personal responsibility, and unlimited government. And it's because of those three principles that we in this nation have forged more freedom and more prosperity than any other nation in the entire world. Now, in the last 3 years, we've seen Barack Hussein Obama and his liberal supporters force upon each and every one of us in this room a social justice agenda. And in those 3 years, and under his leadership, we've seen our economy erode, we've seen our freedoms threatened, and we've seen more Americans today than ever before become dependent upon the government. Now, in these troubled times, and with the bullseye that is on the back of Texans, and one of our key industries, energy, and another key industry, healthcare, the Gulf Coast region needs a strong conservative leader to go to D.C. and determined to defeat Barack Obama and his assault on our constitutional rights, on our livelihoods, and on the American dream. They also need a leader who is ready to fight the radical liberals who are threatening to transform our strong America into a weak socialist nation. Now let me be clear. I still believe today that America is a country, a nation, and a people of independence. We're not dependent. And that together with each and every one of us in this room and those around us in our neighborhoods, we will successfully defend capitalism and the free enterprise system. But more importantly, we'll stamp out the socialist policies that Barack Obama is forcing upon us. I'm in this race seeking the Republican nomination because the America that I believe in, and the one I think each and every one of you believe in too, she affords each of us more freedom and more prosperity than we've ever known before. And together we will win this fight to stamp out the socialism in our country. My name is Felicia Harris. I'm here today asking for your support and for your vote, and to join with me in the fight for a limited government, one that spends less, taxes less, and owes less in debt, and to help fight to preserve the American dream. Thank you, and God bless America.